it was all right. You know, I felt like I was queuing all right, but just missed so many easy balls, and it's not. I don't know. I think your arm doesn't get through like it used to. You know, get a bit tight sometimes, and just throwing in some really. You know, you see it, the balls are missed. But I feel all right. That's the weird thing. You're feeling all right, and you're still doing that. You know, it's just not good enough to win tournaments. But you know, I'm all right in spells. You know.
Is there a sense, say Muhammad Ali, after a certain point, changed his style and had to become almost a different guy, that we're seeing you now showing the battling quality? Whereas once upon a time, you're not going to knock guys out in the same way?
I don't feel like I battled there. I just felt like I was flowing, just going for my shots, you know. The year I won 5 tournaments a couple of years ago, I battled every day and every match. That was horrendous, you know. It was just the game come hard. But I didn't feel I was battling that day. I was quite enjoying it, you know. I was just enjoying playing, you know. If I won, great. If I didn't, I still enjoyed the way I feel, you know, for a change. You know, it's been a while.
One person who definitely enjoyed it is your there fan here, Spider, who's our audio man behind the camera. He lived and breathed, that's him just there. He lived and breathed every single shot you played. There was one particular point, there was a breakdown in that final frame decider. He prayed as you then got back to the table, so he's certainly enjoying it. Yeah. So it's great to know, mate, you meet Spiders from the Philippines, you've got fans around the world.
Do you know what, it's quite mad, because I took this game for granted. I realise that now, because it's sort of like... I've struggled, and you lose your confidence, you lose your swagger, and that's something you can't fake. I had it for such a long time without even realising it, you know. But I thought I was struggling, like, you know. I'd say I'm not playing well, and that, but I just felt something out there. And then tonight I got it back again, but in spells. And I thought, I used to feel like that a lot. And when you got that, that's what made me win so much, you know. And I just don't have enough of it now. But in spells, it's there, and you notice, and you think, okay. So I wish I could have turned the clock back and appreciate it a bit more, but it kind of explains a lot of it now, you know what I mean? It's sort of like you're watching it thinking, wow, okay, weird, you know, that's what makes the difference, you know.
Thank you for saying that, because Steve, I mean, we love watching the man play.
Did you feel like you got a bit of that swagger back towards the end there? You know, when you potted that pink across twice across, you know, and we all fancied you to make the dish, and then after that, it looked like it was back.
You twitch one and you throw a fast one in, and you hack it, and you just think, I feel like an umpty, you know, like you feel like proper like. Some of you missed the ball and you think, like, how have I missed that? Do you know what I mean?
Is that right?
Yeah, you know why you've missed it, but you think, like, I've never felt like that. And then, you know, you get a bit back. But in spells, it's just, it felt nice to feel it, but, you know, I think I got Kyra next. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd have to play well for like 80-90% of the match to have a chance of winning, because if I go missing a bit, it would just, you know, trounce me like it did in Shanghai, you know.
If you do get tight, is there anything you can actually tangibly do to stop that?
No, it's like I always, you know, I got nervous, but, you know, like I said, I took it for granted. I never realised, you know, in your prime, you know, you just get them, you just pot them. And I used to win a lot of matches just playing bad as well, you know. Now, like, if I play bad, I'm going home, you know. But I used to win a lot playing average, you know. And if I was playing well, then, you know, I'd felt like I always had 2 or 3 gears in hand, you know. It felt like I was just cruising through matches, cruising through winning tournaments, cruising through winning worlds. At the time, you think, oh, I've had to battle hard. But now, I look at it and I think, God, you know what I mean? I'm, you know, I appreciate it more now anyway. I kind of get, you know, I kind of understand it a bit more now, you know what I mean? I appreciate it a bit more, I suppose.
It must be really cool to have that revelation while you're still playing, whereas if in 10 years' time...
Well, yeah, I used to have... what do they call it? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
And now I don't. You know, I can actually look back and kind of go, okay, no, it wasn't imposter syndrome. I was doing quite a lot of things that you have to do to win a lot, you know. But, you know, that just comes from confidence. That just comes from playing well. It just comes from winning big matches. It comes from dominating a lot of the time. And, you know, you find that form much more regular, and, you know, and that's what does it. But then, you know, the last few years I've struggled a bit, and you kind of go, okay, I'm just making quarters and semis now because I haven't got what I used to have, you know. But I still enjoy playing. I feel like there's no pressure on me, really, you know. So, you know, but it's just, you know, when you feel like you're feeling okay, but you're still making some silly errors, it's like there's nothing you can do about that, you know. It's just age, I suppose, and just mother time catching up with you, I suppose.
Was there a sudden moment that you suddenly realised that actually there's no imposter syndrome anymore? Or was that a gradual thing?
Just recently, like last 2 years I struggled, and I I'm struggling, so that's probably why I wasn't. But now I feel like I'm playing all right, and I'm still twitching them, you know. And you think, well, you can't do that and win. You can't, you know. You can't. You got to play well under pressure. You got to feel comfortable under pressure. You got to just enjoy the pressure, you know. And a lot of time, it felt nice, you know. But now, I'm not even under pressure, and I'm getting tight, you know. So it is what it is, you know.
You sound like you're happy. You sound like you're in a good place.
No, I'm enjoying playing. You know, I'd always said I'd take enjoying playing and quarters and semis than winning 5 tournaments and not enjoying it. You know, that was no value for me at all. You know, I want to feel the buzz. I want to feel like if I come to the table, I can clear up. Whereas 2 years ago, I felt I make 30 or 40 and then I've got to play tight and I've got to keep it tight. And like, you know, it's all right winning like that, but it's not for me, mate.
Thank you for that, Ron. Yeah. And also, Steve, it's also great to hear that no matter how long you've played, you can still have that buzz on the table.
Yeah, it's refreshing, isn't it, for us all mortals, you know, scratching around trying to win matches and twitching them all in, day out. So, you know, it's great to see Ronnie, you know, back enjoying his snooker, because look, for all of us as snooker fans and players as well, there's no better sight in the game.
Yeah, well said, mate. Well, Ron, thanks for your time. Say hi to Robbie for us.
Yeah.
We'll see you in tomorrow, where this man takes on Kyron Wilson. What a match.